All right, hi everybody. It's time once again for the long-awaited finale of our first storyline of Whispers of Time, sorry. Thanks for joining us tonight, and I'm going to cap us off with a little bit of a special announcement. Some of the elements of Whispers of Time are from a project that I've been working on for the past year, a horror-themed expansion for everyday heroes entitled Requiem. This past week, Requiem hit the virtual stands on Drive-Thru RPG, so if you're an avid player of Everyday Heroes or really just about any 5e based game, Requiem offers a host of horror-themed adversaries and protagonists for you to add to your games. The digital download is only $14.99, and I'll provide a link in the descriptions of our videos and podcasts that will lead you directly to where you can purchase the book on Drive-Thru RPG. If you like what you see here tonight, consider supporting us on Patreon. There's a lot of sneak peeks, behind the scenes info, and perks that can be found as a supporter, and I will be adding more Requiem content on Patreon on a weekly basis moving forward, so be sure to sign up for some more Creatures of the Night.
Creatures of the Night.
Creatures of the Night.
Creatures of
Uh,
the night.
Enough of that.
so, I think we should probably, since this is our last bit of this storyline here in Florence, we should probably recap what happened last time since we missed a week in between. So last session, our heroes arrived in Vatican City with a clear mission to rescue their captured allies, Alessandra, the headmistress of the Seamstresses Guild, and Vittorio, their scrappy little street urchin from the clutches of the Knights Templar. With the Luminous Lexicon in their possession, they had a powerful bargaining chip, but the path to their goal was anything but easy. Fighting their way through a host of papal guards, they carved a path through the Vatican's defenses, making their way to the Vatican Library, the sanctum, where their enemies lie in wait. With some timely assistance from Saturn and Bathsheba, the truth was finally revealed. The final battle is at hand, just beyond the doors of the Vatican Library. Now they stand on the precipice of destiny. Awaiting them within the depths of the library are the remaining Knights Templar of the Crimson Brotherhood and the architect of their struggles, Bishop Giancarlo Borgia, the mastermind behind the search for the Luminous Lexicon. Steel will clash, secrets will be unearthed, and before the night ends, the fate of the Luminous Lexicon and the lives of our heroes themselves will be decided. So, with that in mind, do we need to you guys right now, I should probably add, you're still basically outside the library at this point, getting ready to go in. Bathsheba and Saturn have kind of gone in to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up about what it is that is lying in wait for you inside. You guys are currently on the map, so you should be able to see everything there. But if you need a little bit of a recap on who everybody is, what they look like, what's going on, I can recap that for you guys if you need to.
Yeah, I'd like a quick little summary of where we, like, just before we got here and
Mm-hmm.
all the people in this room.
Okay. So Saturn had gone in and through your little moth friend, um, oh, Madalena is kind of recounting what it is that she saw, and the library itself is an architectural masterpiece that exudes the wealth and power of the Catholic Church. There's marble pillars that rise majestically, carved with intricate patterns of vines and cherubs. There's a pale blue carpet that runs through the middle of the main area of the library that contrasts with the polished marble floors on either side. There's golden statues of saints and angels, and that stand sentinel throughout the room, and bookshelves stretch along all of the walls with wooden frames carved with filigree and filled with ancient tomes and scrolls bound in leather and gold. At the far end of the main hall, beneath an arched area that brings in kind of a little bit of a cascade of moonlight, stands Giancarlo Borgia. And 5 figures, the remaining members of the Crimson Brotherhood, bar the way to him. Their stance is defiant and their presence menacing. Alessandra and Vittorio are tied to gilded sculptures of saints on either side of Giancarlo. And your individuals here on the map itself, you have Sir Cedric Ironhand, who's a towering knight clad in full plate armor, his sword resting on his shoulder. The steel of his armor is polished to almost a mirror shine. Sir Thaddeus Ironsoul, clad in priestly garb, he is an unsettling figure. In one hand, he holds a strange circular blade etched with cryptic symbols. In the other, a gun-like contraption with a container attached to the barrel, glowing faintly with an otherworldly light. Sir Alaric Darkthorn, a librarian whose fine red robes belie what seems to be some sort of deadly skill. He holds a short blade in one hand and a book in the other, as if the knowledge he wields is just as dangerous as any weapon. Dame Seraphina Frost, dressed in the robes of a nun, she carries a long staff tipped with a sharp blade, her eyes cold and calculating, her movements eerily calm, as if violence is second nature to her. And last but not least, we have Genevieve Whisperwind, a shadow from Leonora's past. She's dressed in light leather armor and a pair of daggers gleaming at her side. Her smile and confident stance are like daggers to Leonora's heart. This is the traitorous woman responsible for the death of Leonora's clan. And then one other thing that I think I might have forgotten to mention is Oswin. The hair on the back of your neck is standing up.
I was just going to say, I recall having the buzz.
Yeah.
It was...
and based off the description, you have no idea which one of these individuals it would be. But somewhere within lies another immortal.
So many immortals.
Right?
Okay.
That Genevieve is fucking hot, though.
Isn't she, though?
It's going to be a shame that I have to stab her pretty face.
I'm trying to remember who it was I was basing her off of. I think it might have been, what's her name from Modern Family?
Sarah Hyland.
Sofia Vergara. Yeah.
I was basing my character off of.
Oh, is it the same?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, you did, didn't you? Yeah.
There can be only one.
All right. So, you guys are outside, and I guess kind of taking a moment to kind of concoct a plan as to what you're going to do. I personally, as the GM, kind of need to know who has the Luminous Lexicon. Who's been carrying it?
I've kept it on me the whole time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Also, if there's like if I would have had some access to like any kind of like a pen or whatever, I would have been kind of scribbling mad shit in it here and there. Just
Okay.
like when I'm alone at night, just raving into the book.
All right.
Nice.
Well,
Notes from a mad woman.
okay. All right. I'll take note of that.
Since we still have them for probably maybe about 20 to 30 more minutes, I say we send the rats in first
Yes.
to
That was going
cause
to be my
havoc.
suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send in the rats.
So I'm thinking I'm thinking 2 apiece to overwhelm them, Thaddeus and Alaric Darkthorn. That's what I'm thinking, because they'll listen to me. So
Those front 3, I was going to suggest teaming up on them as well.
Well, what worries me is the way he described Cedric Ironhand. I don't know if it'll be any more difficult, but are they gonna chew through armor? I'm just a little worried how much gear this guy's got on him.
Sometimes they can wiggle in the in the small places, get in between.
And also the other 2 are unarmed, so they're not gonna be, in the same way at least, they're not gonna be chopping them down.
Yeah.
We could split it between 3. I'm not opposed to it. I just thought overwhelming 2 of them would be.
Well, I'm not so certain they're going to be able to overwhelm. They may only be able to distract because we're dealing with some magic here as well.
This is true. Well, let's split them up between 3 of them then, I think.
Who's got the magic, we think?
Probably
somebody had a glowing book or something like that.
Yeah, the librarian.
Well, he didn't have a glowing book, but he was carrying a book and a dagger. The thing that was glowing was on Sir Thaddeus Ironsoul, and it was that gun-like contraption.
Oh, yeah, the gun, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe take out him, because he can start this from ranged.
That's kind of what I was like, 'cause, if we get him, what's he going to do? Shoot each rat? How many bullets does this guy have?
We can send our little mechanical flying friend in as well.
Okay.
Do you still have that flame-throwing contraption?
Yes.
Okay. That's good to know.
But at a game, it might be out of charges. Don't know.
Ah, gotcha.
But I plan on finding out.
Yeah, there we go. I still have a bit of a secret weapon of my own. I haven't used that this whole time.
So, Silvestro, who do you want? So I was thinking of tag teaming a single one to knock him out quick, and we can use flanking. The third guy is going to come over, but
yes. As long as I get to do the killing blow on Borgia, I'm happy with whatever you need me to do.
Well, do you want to take Sir Cedric Ironhand together?
That should work. We can do the move, hopefully, that we did the last time, send you in first, and then we go over your back so that I can find some air.
Okay. And then the rats are on Iron Soul.
I'm going to make a beeline to that bitch, Lady Genevieve.
We know.
As I start taking out my earrings and pulling my hair back. Like, oh, hell no. I'm going straight up to that bitch and slapping her in the face with my claws. I am going to go ahead and do that now.
And Magdalena, do you want to go after Dame Seraphina since she's guarding Cassandra?
Yes, I've got my knife on me and a couple other little tricks up my sleeve that might be useful. So yeah, I'll take her when I see Alessandra. Her and Victoria are going to be her personal 2 highest priorities. Now, where she sends the rats is a different story, but
right.
But yeah, she'll be approaching Genevieve and/or Seraphina, and once I see her going toward Genevieve, I'll peel off toward Seraphina.
Gotcha. Well, if Oswin and I are going after Cedric, why don't we send the rats after Thaddeus?
Yeah,
we'll split them between the 2.
Yeah, because he has that
Sir Alaric.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
that'll work.
I figured Sir Alaric would kind of come to Ironhand, Cedric's aid.
Probably.
I don't know if he's going to jump into a pile of rats.
Yeah. Why don't you jump into a pile of rats?
All right. Sounds good. What about Pardo?
Pardo can kind of hang back and control the copter.
Okay.
Pardo also has a gun too, though, so they can stand back and take pot shots at people.
Definitely.
Did we? Sorry if we already have, but did we decide if the flying copter would act as flanking?
It distracts anyway.
That gives you advantage.
Yeah,
it puts the the target at a disadvantage. So, yeah, I mean, I guess yes. It essentially it could.
It would
Yes.
act as if it was
Mhm.
another
Yeah. Yeah.
friendly on the other side of that person. Okay.
hmm
Good to know.
Well, then let me grab a drink real quick. Wait, am I muted? How did that happen?
No.
No, we got you.
No.
Never mind. Cool.
Okay. So, rats are going in first.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Where do you want? How do you want that to happen? I mean, are they just going to come in through the
So-
front hallway? What's
Suddenly,
the plan?
yes.
Yeah. I mean, my thinking here, guys, is that I mean we know where we are. We're not fucking around. We
And they
send the
know we're
rats
coming.
in. Yeah, we send the rats in. I don't want them clustering together around the rats. Let's take them. Let's use the element of surprise while it lasts and get in there. I mean, I'm saying let's count to 3 and go in right behind the rats.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
basically
Charge,
You know,
like yeah, charge.
by the
charge.
time they realize what's happening, they're going to be looking at us and then the rats and us and the rats,
Yeah.
hopefully not know what to do. So,
Yeah. So how about this? The rats and I come in. Rats peel off, go to the right. I
Yep.
peel off and go to the left. Hopefully that'll block for you, Silvestro, so you can gain
Yeah.
some air.
I'm coming in right
then-
behind you guys.
Yeah. Let's just do that way.
perfect.
And
Love
a
it.
1 and a 2.
That is a perfect slow motion cinematic entrance right there. Just this swarm of rats just bursting into the room and then walking
one white
down the
dove,
middle
one
of it.
white dove.
Hell yes.
That's awesome. All right, let me bring up the map for our viewers here so they can kind of see what's going on. And then if you guys will, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Such a nice place. It's a shame it's gonna get blood and rat shit all over it.
I would like to use. I've got what is it called? Colorful character. This. Nope, that's the wrong one. On the run. Roll initiative. You can re-roll once and use the new result.
Okay. So you want to
Do
roll
you
again?
reset that? Yeah. Do you reset that or?
Yeah. Give me a second.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm not sure how to do that, but yes, I'm gonna re-roll.
Where's Madeleine? Okay.
There it is. All right.
Silvestro, you're too fast. You're
There
gonna
we
have to
go.
wait.
That's better.
Yeah, true that.
And then what did you get, Oswin?
16.
16.
Nothing like initiative to completely fuck up our order.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Oh
operations.
shit!
I can
Yeah,
hold.
everybody just hold their actions until it's time. Somehow I've got 2 Oswins on here now.
Well, I have advantage, so I already got 2 Osmonds up. So
Yeah. So
I think I automatically put one up because I had my token clicked and I rolled initiative. I think.
That is weird. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not
Kill
gonna,
one of them.
Yeah, I'm afraid if I do, I'm going to delete everything. So I'm just going to leave it. So it'll be all right. I can
there'll be a shadow
just
Osmond.
double click. Okay, so Madalena, you are first. So you can certainly send your rats in. And then I'm going to... They're all going towards...
2 to Thaddeus, 2 to Darkthorn.
Okay.
And I do not care which ones go to which, because I know the ones are injured somewhat.
No, that's Cedric.
Oh, sorry. This guy.
Oh, thank you. Yes, yeah.
Got it. Okay. And then we are... Oswin is going in after the rats, correct?
Yeah. I don't know how far I can get, but I'll probably do a. Yeah, it looks like I'll have to dash,
Okay.
but that's my goal. If that's
All right, just so I kind of know what's going on, I would say the rats come in. Silvestro, are you holding back around the corner?
If Oswin is going in, yeah, I will hold until Oswin goes in, and then I will follow him.
Okay. So Dame Seraphina has the next initiative. She sees the rats coming in. I guess I'm going to go ahead and make... You can't open up the rats, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And just to clarify too, it's been a very long time since I've done this part. But holding an action, when are you allowed to then take that action while you're holding it?
At any point.
I wanted to okay. I wanted to make sure that was correct. Thank
Okay.
you. Okay.
All right. So let's roll for these rats. Got a 7.
That was the injured bunch.
Got a 9.
Uh,
A 16.
Hey, buddy, I'm gonna get you.
And a 17. All right. So the 2...
we have a really overeager group and then a slacker group.
over here that are going after Sir Alaric Darkthorn. Unfortunately, don't make any purchase on him, but they are scattered around at his feet and kind of leaping up towards his robes. And these two, I think, make purchase on this guy. They do. So 16 and 19. And they're going to roll damage. Wow!
Nice.
Oh
Nice.
my god!
That's what we were looking for. Yes, baby. Let's go.
20 points of damage.
Night, night, sweet
Oh my
prince.
god!
Night, night, sweet prince.
Damn. Holy
Way to
shit.
go, Reddies.
They just...
That is-
He erupts into a torrent of blood from all of these tiny bites that just... and is taken down in an instant by this swarm, 2 swarms of rats. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I liked
Oh.
that guy so much, and I really wanted him to do the shit that I gave him to do. And you
We
fucking
had a suspicion.
murdered him with rats.
I am your god now. Oh, I feel so fucking good.
I hate you so much, and I hate myself. I hate myself even more for giving you that fucking flute.
Marine.
Give me that. Don't expect me to use it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You are, and Captain Martin has deemed you thus. You are the Rat Queen.
Yes. Woo.
Okay, Oswin, you're up.
Yeah, I get to follow that. Come on. All I'm doing is running.
Hold on a second. Okay.
All right, so are we going back to Silvestro then for his action?
Yes.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I will take, since I have quickness, I'll take dash as a bonus. I can take dash as a bonus action first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that gives me 30, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which gets me there. So then I can take my normal movement and tell Oswin to duck and run up his back and attack Sir Cedric.
Okay.
And you know what I'm doing.
You know how this
Sure.
works.
Waterfall of dice.
Okie dokie. So, do.
That'll do.
and that is a crit.
Fucking crit. Okay.
I
Oh,
hope you have
shit.
more people hiding in the wing.
It's Wait, I've got to figure out how many friggin' dice this is.
Oh God!
Okay, so
We really do know how to make an entrance. I mean,
that is critical. Oh wait, it didn't give me the bonus dice though. Hold on. So let me. How do you want me?
It's like that doesn't seem like a lot of
Yeah,
dice.
I hit critical and then it rolled. So sorry. Let's redo this. Okay, so that gives me five. I think 5 extra d6 if I'm not mistaken. So, would it be considered a sneak attack?
It is not.
It is not a sneak attack.
No.
Okay.
Are you still adding your dice? Oh, wait. Hold on. God damn it. My stupid fucking... Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay. Are you giving me an air assassination on it?
Am I giving you an air assassination? I mean...
From leaping off his back.
But that has to be a surprise attack, though, correct?
How it reads is an assassin may make a aerial sneak attack from a great height against a target that is unaware of my presence.
Right, so it is not a sneak attack. And
Okay.
it's also
Gotcha.
not a great height.
Gotcha. Okay, just
Doesn't hurt to
checking
ask.
because last time you let me do it.
What?
Oh my God, Clint!
Jumping
I
off of
swear to
somebody's
God.
back? Did I do that?
Yeah.
You did
Oh,
actually.
I did? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You let them
I
do
don't-
the information before.
Here's the thing. I don't
Oh,
remember
I don't-
that. I just want to say, as an umpire, though, the second you said you let me do it last time, are you? Oh, you okay? All right. Are you? Yeah. You want to go? All right. I'll send you back to the bench, and I'll still be wrong and eat it and send you back to the bench.
That's right. Oh, you want more dice than that? You want more dice than that?
No,
Okay.
No,
that was plenty.
that was funny.
Fuck me.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. He died from that?
He died from that.
49
Yeah.
hit points.
Who wouldn't have died from that?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what-
I was feeling bad because I could have done exactly what you did, Sylvester, is use the bonus action to dash, and I could have
Uh-huh.
like stabbed him for you.
Yeah.
High score.
I'm
That's
like,
fine.
if he's still alive by 1 point, I'll feel really stupid.
High score. What?
Thank you, 49. Coming
What does
through.
that? What does high score mean? Did he break it?
Giancarlo is next.
Oh boy. There we go.
Does he scream like a bitch?
And he says, "Enough! Enough! Call off your vermin! You have already killed 2 of my men. I wish to parley."
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna entertain this. Madalena just she pulls out both knives and starts walking toward where Giancarlo is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but as she's doing it, she goes like 10 steps before she says, "Stop," and then the rats just quit. But she'll kind of approach. She's not going past her own rats, but she'll go about there
Mm-hmm.
and then just say, "There is nothing to parley. Let my friends go."
Let's see here. Okay. All right. So Pardo would be next. I am going to make a roll for Pardo. Let's do that. Okay, he's smart enough. or stupid enough, depending on how you guys are going to look at this.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
So, you see Pardo take a few steps in that direction, and he kind of gets behind one of the statues over here, bringing Leo with him. He's not piloting Leo at the moment, but he's getting into a position, a safe position, it seems like. Giancarlo says, allow me to introduce myself properly this time. Now, he has called a stop to this. Madalena has kind of agreed to it. The rest of you guys, it's still kind of up to you. Do you want to allow him to speak? He has spoken long enough for the next action to basically go. And right now, Pardo is holding his action. Lady Genevieve is holding her action, which would bring us to Leonora at this point.
I will kind of grab Bathsheba and put her onto my shoulder, and I take off dashing towards Lady Genevieve.
Mm-hmm. And are you going to do anything to her, or can you? You probably can't.
I can't, because I can make it to here. I really wanted to be just a touch closer for what I wanted to do. Although, what is this? 10 feet?
10 feet, yep.
So basically what I wanted to do was run up and then just lob Bathsheba into her face. So, like, Bathsheba lands, like, claws first, like, on her head.
Ugh. Oh, God.
Can I can throw a cat about 10 feet, right?
I don't see why not.
Depends on the cat.
But do you have an action to do that?
Oh, that's right. No, because that would be my action would be to dash. So no, I don't.
Okay.
So that is basically what I'm doing. That is all I can do up to this point.
Can Bathsheba jump?
She could, but I don't really. It doesn't. It's really kind of vague about my ability to command her.
Okay.
Like I don't really like. She's just kind of more like, a spiritual guide, but she does have stats. And like, she can be like temporarily killed or whatever.
It's up to you. I mean, if you want her to jump, she has a 10-foot leap.
Then yeah, there we go. We'll do that. Get her like to spring forward and call that bitch in the face.
Now, do you have the ability to open up her character sheet and make the attack?
That's what I was kind of looking for.
And you just open it up the same way that you would yours. Just double click on the token.
Oh, right. I was looking on my character sheet. Yep, there we go. Okay. Oh, she is mad stealthy. Okay, so... Although I don't think I can... see if I can try to attack with it. Oh, it does.
22, that's going to hit her.
Suck it, bitch.
How much damage does that do?
It does D4 plus 3 slashing.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll. 2 points.
Right. 5 points.
Oh,
And
5?
before-
Okay.
Yeah,
I-
5.
5. Okay. Before anything else happens here, this is not technically an action because I mean that's how it's written. But I want to do a clairvoyance, or no, sorry, sight beyond sight here. Which when I enact the plan, which doesn't require an action, I suddenly know things about another person.
Mm-hmm.
The one you have to answer honestly. I'm gonna aim that at Giancarlo. I just want to know 2 things. Is he bullshitting me right now with this whole parlay?
Okay.
And the other one is, what's his weakness?
Okay. And then do you have to roll anything for that, or?
No, that one's wild. Yeah, it doesn't require any action. I just have to spend a genius point,
Okay, cool.
which I will adjust now.
He does seem to want to talk.
I bet. I
Okay.
bet he does.
And what's his weakness?
Um,
Rats.
Chocolates.
Trash television.
What is
he's
this, Willy Wonka?
he is a coward.
He's a cat. Okay, all right, yeah, all right.
Oh, that's a pretty severe one.
So in that case, then, knowing that because she's got an action, I want to go ahead and use the beacon of warning from the moth servant on them, and I guess the other two too, because it's anybody who can see me. So they got to do the wisdom saving throw of, I always forget what it is. 8 wisdom, 11. Yes, is that right? 8 plus proficiency, 13. Okay, so 13. They got to do a 13 better or wisdom, or be frightened and not be able to move closer to me.
And
So there will be no sneak attacking.
is that
Everybody who can see me.
everybody who can see you? Okay, so wisdom saving throw. Let's see if I get any extra saves here for any of these guys. All right, so wisdom. Seraphina fails. Lady Genevieve fails.
Good.
Wisdom.
Darkthorn's still surrounded by those rats. If he's not scared, he should be.
After what he just
Yes!
happened to his
Jesus
buddy.
Christ.
I love it.
Giancarlo fails. Okay.
Okay. What, Darkthorn?
Oh,
In the middle of the
Darkthorn,
rats?
too. I forgot about him.
Go past
He,
him.
he was surrounded by those rats. I just didn't even see him there anymore.
He's too distracted by the rats to fail.
Yeah.
Ah,
And
Nope, he
Chris.
failed
he's
too.
rightfully scared. So
Wow. Three in
so
a
with
row.
that, I just draw both knives, which isn't an action for me because I got the knife fighter thing,
Mhm.
and I just say, "Speak, cowards."
And actually, I think it now comes to Darkthorn. It's his turn. You did call off the rats, though, right?
Yeah, they're basically just standing there staring at him now. Yes, I did tell them to stop.
Okay. All right, can you guys hear me okay? I keep coming in and out, I think. I think I've got a problem with my headphones here. I think I've got a short in it.
Can you hear us at all, or we're going in and out
Yeah.
for you?
No, I've got you. I've got you.
Okay.
But-
Yeah, we're hearing you okay.
But one
We
of the
got you
problems.
too, Boo.
One of the problems with that, though, is that every time that my headphones drop out, it's going to drop out the audio on Twitch as well, because all of the audio is coming through the headphones to go to Twitch.
Gotcha.
So that's a problem for me.
Yes, sir.
So I just got to kind of keep an eye on that. So if it's not one thing, it's something else.
Always.
Okay, so Darkthorn is just gonna tiptoe out of the rats and just kind of back up just a little bit, getting a little bit closer to Giovanni or to Giancarlo, which I think it just blew what was getting ready to come out of Giancarlo's mouth. And he says, Good, good. My name, as you know it, is Giancarlo Borgia.
Sylvester spits on the ground when he hears his name.
That is merely the name I have borrowed for convenience. My true name is Giancarlo Giovanni. Yes, of that Giovanni family. The one whose lineage weaves through the infancy of Italian nobility and power. You see, like your friend Oswald, I too am immortal. A fact my Crimson Brotherhood has been trusted to keep a secret. A pity that Marcus D'Angelo, my protege, fell to your blade, Oswald. But in his death, he has proven something to me. You are a worthy adversary. I suspect our paths will cross again in the centuries to come. Unfortunately, we cannot test our mettle tonight, for we must abide by the rules of the game. This is holy ground, after all. Now, let us speak of the matter at hand. The Luminous Lexicon. One of you has it, no?
No.
No.
You did not bring it with you, so then why are you here?
I'll show you in just a minute. While I am here.
I am here for my friends.
I'm here to put an end to everything.
I'm here to help.
I am not here for bloodshed tonight. I offer you a chance to end this senseless conflict. If you have the lexicon, turn it over, and your friends here, the boy and the woman, will be freed, unharmed. This I vow. And he turns to Leonora and he says, and that's for you and your gypsy clan. I regret the misunderstandings that led to their demise. It was never my intent to harm them. This was an unfortunate miscommunication between the church and the Borgia. Please, allow me to make amends. Surrender the book, and you will be compensated for all that you have lost. Let us find a common ground
She
here.
just starts cackling at that. Just laughing her ass off, like just hysterically. You think you can compensate me for all that I've lost? And she just, well, when it's her action, she's going to run up and stab her Genevieve in the neck.
Okay. All right. So we're going to quickly go in order of the initiative here. Madalena, is there anything that you want to do at this moment?
Hold the action.
Okay. Silvestro.
Going to flame Hezbollah and attack Dame Serafina. I don't believe him. I don't care if he's a Borgia or not. I don't believe him.
Okay.
And when Madalena sees that happen, the both of them, she looks up towards Giovanni and says, "Too much blood has already been shed, but it will not be enough until we have yours." And then she commands the rats to move forward, one for each of them.
Okay.
Before I do that,
You
since
did
he
that.
has told me he is an immortal,
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking my bonus action and putting a mark of death on Dame Alexandra.
Okay. Seraphina, you mean, right?
Seraphina, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Seraphina, yeah, gotcha.
What does-
I don't think I got her.
What does that do again, Clint?
It gives me advantage.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then she, as long as she remains 60 feet, within 60 feet of me, I know where she is.
Mark of death. So that's being able to see.
I can target her through walls at 60 feet. And then any attack is made at advantage.
I don't even think you have to roll that, do you?
Not for bonus. No, I don't have to roll that. But my roll, I only got a 12 to hit her.
Oh, to hit. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you got her. Her defense is 12.
This is sweet. And since I had advantage, Vital Strike is in effect. So I have a feeling she might be going down.
Giggity.
Maybe.
11.
Nope, only 11.
Okay.
That was a nice hit, though.
Mm-hmm.
Nice hit you got there.
Space.
She got a natural 20 to hit you with her with her knife as a counter
Nice.
attack.
Nice.
Nice.
She ain't going out
And
like
7
that.
points of damage. Stabs you in the gut, just right underneath your rib cage.
Mm-hmm. I just look at her and smile.
Oswin.
Okay. I'm gonna move up and take on Sir Alaric using my two-handed longsword. You're right.
15 is a definite hit.
Nine points.
Okay.
I think that's it, unless we're still doing the treat the butt of the sword as a bonus action, unarmed strike kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that. 12.
It's actually still a hit.
Nice.
3 points.
Okay.
I think yeah.
That's it for you?
Yeah, actually I'll move just to the side over here.
And the rats.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that's difficult terrain.
Yeah, you did.
Not that I'm stepping on your rats.
Giancarlo pulls out his sword and he says, points it at you, but does not attack. And he says, "You win this round, Carthaginian. We shall meet again." And then he steps backwards, and this picture that's on the wall, he steps into it, and it flips. The whole wall flips.
Fucking Scooby-Doo villain.
And he disappears.
Do the rats at least get an attack of opportunity?
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Hey, that's what I'm
Got a 12, which I don't think it's.
Oh,
I was hoping it would.
Nope, it
Tear
does
up his
not.
clothes, so he's on the run. Tattered, rat-eaten clothes. I mean, I can still chase him, I guess.
Theoretically,
Wait
yeah.
until he gets outside the church.
Outside of holy ground.
yeah, that's what kind of I was thinking too. You just need to get him off the holy ground, and then you could take him out.
That, or I let you guys grab him and move him outside.
All right,
But
Pardo.
we're in the Vatican. Is the entire Vatican City considered holy ground?
I believe it is.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he got to run a long, far way, and you got to chase him for a while.
And Vatican City was much larger back then as well.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, so
Do you want to question anyone?
Genevieve would be the only one, I think.
Okay.
Leo is flying over to Genevieve to distract. And I think, let me see here, DC 12 wisdom throw. Yeah, she made it. All right, so she is not distracted. And Pardo is just going to take advantage of just the fact that he's got the action and he's got a gun that's ready to pop and make a shot.
Oh,
And the gun explodes in his hand.
At least he doesn't hit one of us.
Yeah.
Or Pardo's hand.
And he takes 6 points of damage.
He's going to have to re-engineer that thing.
Yep.
I feel like a couple fingers are fucked up now. That's
All right, Genevieve. 1, 2,
Which way you can keep going?
4, 5, 6.
Does Bathsheba get an attack of opportunity on that?
Theoretically, yeah.
Yay!
little kitty swipe.
And
she's flanking
and
at
she's
advantage.
flanked, so it's an advantage.
Nice.
And technically, Leo does too.
Yep.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Riffraff. Street cat.
Oh!
Leo got a crit.
It's nice.
Oh, God.
What is happening?
Okay, so Leo does 11 points of damage.
Bathsheba hits with got a 19.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
Oh my god. Hell yeah.
7 points. That's a good swipe.
She's just out there bleeding out in the hallway.
Wow.
Hey, Chris, in lieu of spending my held action,
Uh-huh.
with all this chaos going on, can Madalena use her knives and run to? We'll probably run to Alessandra first, and like, are they tied up or something?
They are tied up, yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's cut them free, and then she's the whole time yelling instructions to both of them, like, "I'm cutting you free. You run. You don't look back. You go. You hear me?" And the whole time I'm just like chop, 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 trying to get them,
All right.
trying to get her
So
free. And
I would do Vittorio first because Seraphina
oh, because she'll get an attack. Yeah.
is
Good
still
call.
over there. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get to the one we can save easily.
Got her knife stuck in me, though, so she's distracted.
She's about to have both of my knives stuck in her. So
All right, Leonora.
I'm gonna take off after Genevieve.
Okay.
So
okay, bye. See you later.
there
Split
she
the party, have some fun.
I'll go with the party. So yeah, I can get to her.
Yeah, you sure can. She is getting up on top of like a bookshelf and is attempting to climb up the wall.
What the hell?
You grab her by her weave and you pull her down.
Yeah. So yeah, if she's climbing up there, basically I'm going to I'm gonna grab her and kind of body slam her to the ground, or attempt to do that anyway.
Okay. So it'll be a
Um,
strength check.
do I click the dot underneath the dot there? With the strength?
Let me look at your character sheet. Give me a second.
Or do I just click the +2 there?
You do the +2.
I don't suppose I get advantage since I'm behind her, do I?
No, not in this instance. I mean, she knows you're chasing her. All right, so she, and it is. I mean, you've got a hold of her, but you didn't pull her off of the bookshelf.
All right, then. So for my us offhand action, I'm going to just basically put my claws into her back. Just a little stabby stabby.
No, that's sad. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what that does. Oh, there it is. That's close. Mm. Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh,
9. That does not hit.
all right. Well, that'll be my turn then.
All right, Alaric. Who? It was the rats that hurt him, right?
And
Yes.
I was gonna say I think that's correct.
And then I did as well.
Oh, you did as well. Okay.
Yeah. I did 12 points to him.
Okay. I need you to make a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw. Okay. He speaks in Italian and calls you an incredibly inappropriate name, followed by bastardo. And you are stunned until the end of his next turn.
Oh,
Yay.
And he runs to the picture, and there's an attack of opportunity from the rats.
yeah. Holy shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, I said fucking hot for the rats.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, and he's dead.
That's a
That is awesome.
What a wonderful night.
My god. Just eaten alive by rats.
Times were rough back then, I swear.
So you're no longer stunned. Motherfucker.
Are you sure he's not stunned by what he just witnessed?
He's stunned by what you're witnessed, yes. Wow. Okay, Madalena, it's you.
Be nice to Madalena or else.
Yeah, I still, I got the knife where I was just cutting out Vittorio, and I turn and I'm headed toward Alessandra, but I see that, she's still engaged with the other lady is engaged with Silvestro. So I'll just try to, just basically walk up and take a big old slash, just right at her head, neck area.
Okay.
Why can't I move anymore? Oh, there we go. That's working. And then get over to my knife. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm using the machete. That'll have been easier to free them anyway.
It's crazy. Lady
Nope.
with these rats, and she's got a machete in her hand. Just killing.
And just ruins your whole life.
I mean, she's killed like 3 people already.
Yeah.
15 hits. So roll your
Madalena's
damage.
definitely the biggest gun we have for sure.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. That's
Nothing.
better.
Yeah.
Nothing.
There you go.
That's more like it.
Almost won.
You know what? I'll take. You can have that one.
Silvestro.
He he'll reach out, he'll just look at her, smile, and go, "You bitch," and just take Hezbollah flaming, go right up her gut with it.
Thanks.
And misses.
Yep.
But I do have a bonus action, so I will hit her with it.
Hit her with what?
The pommel.
Okay.
And missed too. Wow.
Okay. All right.
When did I start rolling so horribly?
Roll, Raggy.
Dun, dun, dun.
She's going to take an action to disengage.
She's like, no, thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And Oswin.
Go check
Just
out
disappeared from the screen.
I know. Because you can't see her.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. Oh, you can. Yes, that's right. All right. Okay. Fuck it. There she is.
I'm gonna try and see how he did his little revolving door trick.
Okay. You need to make. Let's see here.
Computers.
Investigation.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of start feeling around on the picture, trying to figure out if there's some sort of switch or lever or something, and nothing seems to be giving on this. And then it comes to Pardo. Pardo sends Leo above Genevieve to flank, and Leo reloads his gun. Pardo can't reload his because it done blew up and his hand's a bloody mess. Genevieve kicks Leonora. Oh, but that's a disadvantage.
I'd say that's a hell of a kick. Still a
I
pretty
think
good
it
hit.
It's still
mattered.
pretty good, yeah. So still
Yeah.
hits. And does 3 points of damage. And that's all she can do right now. I think you need to make a strength saving throw, Leonora.
Okay. Mm,
Yeah.
14?
That's okay. That'll do it. You still have a holder.
Sweet. Although, I'm going to actually let go and take a step back um, and bust out this, what is it again? Blunderbuss. Yeah, that's what it is. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna shoot her in the back.
Who'd you steal that from? I forgot.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like I've had it for like so long. I've actually been just saving it for this occasion.
Now, that is an
Hi.
attack of opportunity, so she is going to make another unarmed strike at you.
Okay. I assume
That probably doesn't
no.
hit, does it?
No, my defense is 14.
Okay, yep, you're good.
I assume I have to take a step back to shoot, right? Otherwise, it's
That's
disadvantage.
correct, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've never shot this before. Let's see how it goes. And survey says
15.
15 hit.
It does hit.
Sweet.
10.
10 points.
You hit her, and she falls backward and lands at your feet, head first. So you are over top of her, looking directly down at her face.
And she's prone.
Uh-huh.
So that gives me advantage for my offhand attack then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Leonora says, this is for my family, you lying, cheating, conniving bitch, and then just crushes her skull under her foot.
Yeah, I knew a curb stomp was coming. I knew it. Yes.
At least that's going to be the attempt.
If you succeed in this, I'm going to allow you to do a force experience with that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, in that case, instead of stomping, I'm just going to like palm strike into her head and then do the force experience. Um, do do do. Um, so it says. Oh my god, both 11s. Let's see here. Do I want to?
Come along.
I was gonna say I do have a. I can do that reroll thing, but I only think it's. Let me see. Yeah, that's only for dexterity checks. Damn it!
Mm. All right, so you reach down and you grab her face. You don't do any damage with that. So right now, she is in your hands.
Okay. Does she have
Okay.
any hit points left?
She has one hit point left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to wait till next round.
Madalena.
Has Alessandra been freed yet? If not, that's top priority.
Okay,
and then
yeah, no,
send her out too.
No, she
Okay,
has
yeah,
to
let's
have-
get her uncut. Let's get her taken care of.
All right, so you can spend an action to do that. Silvestro.
Going to move here. And I'm going to take Hezbotha and point it towards her,
Mhm.
light him up, and shoot the hellfire at her.
Okay.
Hellfire.
Now
God of hellfire.
that'll hit. But isn't the hellfire thing a separate thing than Hezbollah?
Yeah, it is, but it's, from my understanding, was that it's strapped to my chest and everything and has tubes running up my arms.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
that I can shoot it at my arms.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. So pointing the sword, but using the
Yes,
Okay.
making dramatic.
Got
making
it.
it dramatic.
Okay, that's cool.
Nice.
It's arrested development. But where did the lighter fluid come from?
Yeah, exactly. So that hits.
How you do that?
It does hit. Yes.
Burn, bitch.
7.
All right. It sets her on fire. She backs up into the bookshelf, and the whole
Yes, I want to
bookshelf
burn this fucking place down.
begins to catch fire.
Fantastic.
Hey, it's the theme with us.
Let's change history.
Make history.
Oswin.
Well, I guess I'll come over and see if Vittorio's all right.
Yeah, and actually, I was actually just getting ready to move them. They were in the process
ran
of
off.
running out because that's what they were told to do by Madalena. So if you want to change your action, you can certainly do that.
I want to. Yeah, I'll come over here.
All right, and you see Madalena, or sorry, Leonora over top of Lady Genevieve, kneeling with her hand over her face.
I'll do my bonus action dash to get just a little further. And I will. Can I just reserve my action?
Mm-hmm. Pardo. Let's see. Pardo is going to join Alessandra and Vittorio and bring Leo along with him to kind of help lead the way. And do his best to kind of protect them and make sure that they get out of here unharmed. Genevieve reaches up and just with her fingernails is basically kind of grabbing your arm, kind of trying to slash at your face. And she's on her last breath here and just fighting for survival.
Dude, suffer, bitch, suffer.
Got an 8, which I'm certain does not hit.
It does not.
Okay. It is now your turn.
Alright, well, let's see if I can end this bitch. This happened with that other dude too. I just couldn't.
You know what? Yeah. On that note, oh wait, no, never mind. No, I can't do it.
Alright.
That
15?
That one will work, yes. And are you spending a focus point? Do you have focus points to spend?
Oh, certainly.
Okay.
I believe one for the claws. But yes, I will go ahead and force experience on her. And I want to give her all of it, all of the watching my husband die, watching myself die on the news, the pain of childbirth, all of that good stuff.
So she begins to witness you first giving birth to Misha and feeling the love and the joy and the sheer beauty of motherhood. And she is filled, her heart is filled with warmth and love and compassion. And then the scene shifts and she begins to watch each member of your family in slow succession drop through the gallows. Neck snap, neck snap, neck snap, neck snap, neck snap. And with each one of those that she witnesses, your other hand comes around the back of her neck, and you are slowly turning, and you hear snap, 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 and you twist her head a full 180 degrees around to where her face is now buried in the marble of the floor of the Vatican.
Nice.
Fucking brutal.
And it is the slowest neck break ever recorded.
Awesome.
And she is now dead.
Dead.
And you feel a surge of coldness that just comes from your heart and out into every vein and artery in your body. And the breath comes out of your mouth, and it is almost frozen as it comes out of your mouth. And as that breath goes, a primal scream begins to take its place. As the rest of the bookshelves now begin to take flame behind you. And so for the rest of you now, time has it's slowed for Madalena, or for Leonora, but the rest of you are moving in real time, and you're now seeing that the flames are beginning to get out of control, and that you should get moving pretty quickly.
I'm gonna walk up to here and just past, and then wait for Leonora.
I heard the primal scream, so I'll just go to the center of the room and wait for them to come.
And Oz, when you look back and you see her kneeling over top of her final victim, and she essentially just is incapable of moving. Her eyes are locked in to the body of this woman that took everything from her.
If I could ask you before he walks past me, if I could just do one more thing.
Maybe.
Okay, so I just wanted to say something to Oswin, like one more thing before I go, and basically I wanted to give him something. And then basically, I would say like, Oswin, wait, I need to give you something, and then touch his face, and I want to give him the feeling of all like the love of being a mother to Misha that I had, for him to take on with when he leaves, so he can take care of her.
Okay, so you
It's
are
the pleasant shared experience.
Right. Oz, when you are passing her, and she reaches up and she grabs your the tabard of your cloak, and you feel the tug, and you are brought down to her level, and she touches you ever so gently on your face, and you feel this warmth of motherhood. And it brings you back to your own childhood, to the memory of your mother so many, many years ago. She had almost been wiped from your memory. You remembered who she was, you remembered her name, but her face over the hundreds of years of your life has slowly been erased from your memory. But now, for the first time in several hundred years, you now clearly see the face of your mother once again. And you are a little boy once again. You see the boy lose his mother. And whether this is, and this is something that you and only you would really know, but you see the moment that he loses her, whether it is through force or accident or old age, or he was taken from her, or she was taken from him physically and he was orphaned, whatever the case may be, your mother is gone. And you are alone. And you are lonely. And you spend a good portion of your life yearning for that feeling again. And the only thing that brought you anywhere close to that feeling was when you met your mentor, Berwin Canto. He certainly was not a motherly figure, and he certainly was not warm. But he was someone that you felt safe around for the first time in your life. And you see Berwin as you remember him, and it's probably been a good century probably since you've seen him last. You see him as you remember him, but then he begins to transform and become something else. His face begins to darken, and his features begin to change into your own. And then your vision shifts from you as a child into yourself now as an adult in Berwin's place. And now looking at the child that you used to be, who then begins to transform into Misha. And that warmth that you felt coming from Leonora as a mother, as a caretaker, as a compassionate woman, you now feel overwhelmed by that warmth and a need to protect this child. And you realize in this moment that where Leonora is in her quest for vengeance, it ends here, now, in this moment. And as painful as it is, I think my audio just cut out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay.
Got
Hopefully, yeah, I think I got it. Yeah. I hope I didn't lose. No,
No.
dang it.
I hope so too.
Okay, I hope I did lose all that.
No, I heard it all.
If we did lose it, it was really cool and touching.
Yeah, good. You realize though now that Leonora is not leaving this place, and this place is burning. And there is nothing that you are going, or any of the others are going to be able to do to get her out of here. because this is her destiny. Her journey is complete.
And when she's done, she just says, "Tell my daughter I went to the light."
Oswin will nod slowly, and there'll be some tears coming out. And then he'll just kind of mouth, "Thank you." He'll turn around and start to leave.
And Madalena, I think we're close enough to see what was going on there. And you see him leave Leonora.
And so, yeah, I mean, having seen part of that, and watching Oswin walk off, she kind of internalizes that, realizes kind of what's about to happen, and she just walks over to Leonora and puts a gentle hand on her head and and says, "My sweet friend," and then bends down and gives her a kiss on the forehead and doesn't need to say anything else. And she starts to leave.
Yeah, and I would just kind of nod.
Salvestro, what are you doing? Hold on. I'm losing it again. Say something again.
They just walked out of the room without Leonora.
Yep.
I look at Oswin and she is sure. Oswin, she is sure this is what she wants.
I think you're on mute, Sean.
I'm not so sure it's what she wants, but it is what it is.
We shall take care of Misha then, and I'll follow them out.
All right. You guys exit out the building. You see Pardo in the courtyard with Leo off in the distance, kind of up above. And Alessandra and Vittorio are safely now passing through the night and out the front gate from where you guys had initially entered the courtyard. And they seem to... The courtyard is now starting to come to life once again, but you all have just enough time to make your way through the shadows and the chaos of this area, now filling with more papal guards and priests and all different sorts of individuals rushing towards the library that is now spewing forth black smoke. And they are not choosing a new pope.
I was gonna say.
This is something completely different. So you're able to kind of make it out through the front gate, get back to your horses, and I guess begin the process of getting out of the Vatican City. I assume you'll probably end up catching up with Alessandra and Vittorio, kind of getting them on probably Leonora's horse and so forth. And then you have at least a day's travel to get back. Yes, Dragon.
Just so we don't, I guess, I don't know. So I definitely, my character has to go, but Bathsheba is still kind of a thing that exists throughout the whole thread of this,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give her the book because I still have the book.
Oh, you do still have the book. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I still have the book.
You probably should have mentioned that.
We asked earlier, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I still have the book." But we
No,
just lied to that dude about having the
no,
book.
when Oswin passed you, Leonora probably should have said something.
Yeah, it's definitely an afterthought. Like
Take this.
Bathsheba, and she's gonna give her the book and tell her to try to take it to my friend.
This goddamn
That's funny.
speaker. Ugh. Okay, I think we're good. Um,
So that like in the aftermath, like the cat will eventually like show up, like dragging this book or whatever.
if if you would like to backtrack on that and either give it to Oswin or to Madalena, we can certainly say that
Okay.
that happened.
All right. So yeah, like so when she sees Madalena, it'll be like, oh, kind of like a reminder, like, oh yes, there's something else, and she'll give Madalena the book.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of like the whole homeward bound.
Yeah.
I kind of like the do like she would tie
One determined cat
It can be a
Yeah,
solo
in the
adventure for you,
middle of
Travis.
Vatican City.
yeah. So yeah, that's fine too. I'll just be like, I'll give
But
Madalena the book.
and I will tell you for sure. I think instinctually that would probably be the thing that she would have done. And I think she also knows that as this place burns around her, Bathsheba will be by her side the entire time.
Yeah.
And we don't see what happens to Leonora or Bathsheba for that matter. The camera basically pulls away from the two of them as the bookshelves behind her are lighting in fire, and we see her and the cat in silhouette, and then nothing. So getting back then to the rest of the group, you have about a day's travel ahead of you to get back to Florence. So tell me, in this day of travel, you'll have to stop somewhere to sleep overnight, just like you did before. So, during this process, what do the four of you talk about?
That was some crazy shit, huh?
You're not there anymore.
I think
Yeah,
Oswin is still a little amazed at the fact that we just walked in there, set it on fire, and rode out. And
Like fucking badasses.
yeah, ridiculous.
Madalena, while they're traveling, turns to both of them, one and then the other, and says, I would very much like to thank you both for everything you've helped us do, well, everything you helped her do. I am in your debt.
No. We are definitely in yours based on your recent performance. Oswin just kind of says he has business with Giancarlo still, but he's sure he'll run into him eventually. So he's kind of inclined to just head back, hang out, and see where life takes him. But he will ask Salvestro if he's finished.
Against the Borgias, no. I will never be finished against the Borgias.
Who's next on your list?
Giancarlo is yours now.
Yes.
I cannot touch him.
So who's after that?
The next head of the Borgia Serpent. Or the next paying customer. I shall protect my city.
Pardo says, "What is to become of the book?"
I want nothing to do with it. That was
Sorry,
never...
I blanked. Did he give it to me or Oswin?
Yeah.
To you.
To me. Okay, all right. Thank you. And I say I don't know, but I think it's best that we find a way to agree to keep it safe.
Do, 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 do.
I would keep it with me, being that I'll last a while, but I don't want to attract the people that are going to want to find that because I'm going to be
So
taking care of Misha.
So what I will say, I mean, if if you're expressing that as, to the group, I will say I can keep it safe at the palazzo. Uh, and already like in her head she knows that like years later she'll have a will written out, and the only thing that she's really going to care about in that whole thing, other than leaving the palazzo to somebody, is making sure that a man named Oswin Barakas gets a very special book. So
I'm not sure that you having it at the palazzo is the best idea.
oh, I didn't say keep it there. Hide it there. We can hide it in several locations and move it as needed to keep it out of anyone's reach.
Yes, but they know you. They know you have it. They know one of us has it.
Well, they think they know that, but for all they know, it burned up in the building. And besides, be a pretty bold move, right? To keep it at the palazzo where they've already been and cause so much destruction. Why would they want to come back? We can figure out a workable solution, but I do think it's important that whatever we decide, that we make sure Oswin has a way to retrieve it in the future, should he ever need it.
You do.
Where is Misha?
She's back at Silvestro's.
Okay.
You do bring up an interesting point.
No.
The Vatican Library is on fire. Giancarlo Borgia, Giovanni, whatever his name is, he knows that he left us behind. He does not know that we survived. Mr. Oswin, you are a man of the world, no? You come and go. People may or may not notice you. This is what I understand in the short time we have known each other.
Yeah, I usually follow the caravans, set up shop, offer my services, handyman, weapon or otherwise.
Salvestro, you are a man who does not need to be known, and who makes it his business not to be known, correct?
Correct.
You are not discovered unless you want to be.
It's the way I try to keep it.
And thus, that brings us to you, Madalena, and I. I have my shop, my laboratory, but it is nothing that is so important that I could not build again. And he holds up his damaged hand. I obviously have some work to do on my latest project. But this is something I can do elsewhere, not here in Florence. Perhaps in France. I've always wanted to see Paris. Could you leave this place behind, never to see it again?
Well, I don't think that I could, but when I consider the prospect of what might happen to Alessandra and Vittorio, what's already happened to them, what's already happened to so many of the people I work with. You have a point. Perhaps a new life is in order.
I think that we must keep the well-being of young Misha in mind. Because if anyone connected to the Borgia, connected to Giancarlo Giovanni, to the Knights Templar, believe that the book survived the fire, the only surviving child would be the one that they would assume inherited the book. I remember Leonora saying that she was tasked with hiding this tome. And unfortunately, she did not hide it well enough. Would you stop rolling? You're not going to get it.
Obviously not.
I'm trying to help a brother out here. There is one among us who is an expert at being hidden and hiding things and collecting things. Silvestro, you are a collector of ancient artifacts.
Yes.
But this Luminous Lexicon is not something that should ever be in a shop like yours.
No.
But I think you know this city of Florence well enough, and perhaps outlying areas as well, that you, out of all of us, would be able to find someplace more suitable for this book. And none of us need know where that is. Only you would carry that secret.
Until I need to pass it on to someone else to protect the book.
And in your circles, this is your job, no?
I've been handed secrets from passed down to me by others, yes. As much as I want nothing to do with it, you're right.
To me, this is what makes the most sense. And Madalena, I am sorry to say, because of your involvement in this and because of the knowledge of the Borgia as to you and your sisters and who you are, you would spend the rest of your days being hunted by them. This is the end of the road for you and I.
And so we're still riding along, and when he says that, she kind of absorbs it in silence for a little bit and says, I know you are right. But just for today, let me believe that I'm going home.
And he nods. And he hands the book to you, Madalena. And he says, it did not take very long for me to read it.
How did? Hold on. Wait a minute. You read this? How did you get it? What just happened?
He shrugs his shoulders, and that's all he does. And he has a little devilish grin on his face.
You are more dangerous than you have ever led us to believe, aren't you?
And he speaks in French back to you, which I'm sure you probably don't understand, correct?
I would not understand it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I assume she wouldn't either.
And then he switches to Russian, which I think Oswin, I think you do know something close to Russian, correct?
I know like Indo-European is what it would
Mhm.
be.
So you
So it's
pick up a little bit of what he's saying, and then he switches to English, and then he switches to something that none of you have probably ever heard before, which is Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, and he finishes it off back in Italian by saying, "There is much to be learned from this book, as I have just demonstrated."
Is that what he said in every single language?
Yeah.
Then I probably understood it all because I have common tongue.
Okay. All right.
So I know rudimentary phrases in almost every language.
Mhm. Okay.
So Silvestro just kind of snickers and goes, I promise not to read it, I guess.
What harm
No.
could it do? Perhaps knowing more than just common phrases could serve you well. And obviously a man of the world, such as Oswin, could certainly use knowledge of all of the languages on Earth.
I could. Maybe we should stick around and have a study group for a while.
A little firelight reading.
Yeah.
Your company is always welcome.
I think maybe that might be best for Misha since she's already been pulled away. She's now with some kids. Maybe she's getting friends. I don't want to be just coming back and pulling her away again and just us wandering through the countryside. Be nice to have some friends, and then when she's ready, we can leave.
All right. Well, you guys take the night around the fireplace, taking turns, flipping through the pages of the Luminous Lexicon. And by next morning, each of you are fluent in every language that you can think of. And Leonora, I will say that during the time that you had the book in hand, you probably also would have been tempted, and you even said you were making notes in the
Margins. Yeah.
margins there as well. You guys, as you're reading through the pages, you see curse words in every single possible language ever written, written in the margins, talking about
There's
talking about the
lewd
Borgia and
lewd drawings as well. There's a few lewd drawings in there.
Nice.
One showing like what appears to be like a Templar or Borgia, like buggering another one.
Just a quick question: does Carl get the benefit of that as well?
Yes. So essentially, and this will be what we will be doing next session, as we are creating our characters or upgrading to the next level,
Good.
this is some extra bonuses that you guys will actually be able to put onto your sheets
Gotcha.
as well. So,
because that's what I was rolling for. I was trying to get Carl to take over so he could read the book.
right, yeah. So, yes, everybody is going to get the advantage of being able to speak any language moving forward.
Nice.
So we'll be next level 4, I guess.
Yes, yeah. So, but we'll take care of that next time around. So what, I guess at this point, we will let's kind of draw a quick kind of wrap up for each of these characters so that we know, over the next, 50 or so years, what happens to these individual characters. We know what's happened to Leonora at this point. But let's maybe start with Oswin. What is your plan to do?
I think at this point, I might make my way for a little while, maybe with Pardo going towards Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, possibly over to Britain or Britannia.
Mm-hmm.
So along the way, I will be teaching Misha languages as we travel. And I'll kind of follow various caravans offering to do odd and end jobs as my itinerant career states. And I don't know. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to raise the kid. So, I'm just winging it. But I know like basics because she gave me almost everything. So I'll try and every now and then do things that would remind her of her mother.
Mm-hmm.
That would be it.
Salvestro.
He will go back to trying to running the store, remaining as anonymous as possible. Protecting, he will find a place to hide the book. He will probably move it every 6 months or so. And he probably lives maybe 20, 30 more years until someone finally comes to him and kills him. But he makes sure that anybody that had contact with Magdalena that he knew of that did not go was protected the entire time. But also, before Oswin leaves, Carl would like to have a conversation with him. So before Carl gets kicked out, Carl would like to try to break through to have a conversation with Oswin.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine. And at some point, I think that we could do that. I'm not going to make you roll for that. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
So if you want to do that now,
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah. So basically, you'll be sitting with Salvestro somewhere, fairly, maybe on the road or the next morning or something like that, and you'll just see him flinch a little bit and go, "God damn, that man's a stubborn bastard." Oswin, this is Carl.
I figured as much.
And I'm talking in fluent Italian now, I guess. I wanted to talk to you before this ends, before I go back to my time. I have a feeling I'll see you again.
Could be.
Because this isn't over for me. It's over for Silvestro, but it isn't over for me. And I want you to. So next time, I want to give you a phrase or something so that you know it's me. So that we don't have to go through the same bullshit that I went through last time of earning your trust.
Interesting.
Because I don't know what's going to happen, because in where I come from, my timeline, the Vatican Library never burned to the ground.
And what makes you think that what you tell me now is going to matter
I
the
don't know.
next time around?
But this way we'll know.
Well, couldn't hurt.
Exactly. So I'll just, if you ever have somebody tell you that Pardo and Magdalena say hi and wish you the best from Paris, it'll be me.
Okay. And he jots it down in his little pack of his earthly belongings.
Wish you well, my friend.
Safe travels wherever you may be,
Just know
or when.
that you shall live a long time, my friend.
As long as I keep my head on my shoulders.
It's still squarely planted in my time. I bid you adieu. And he steps back, and Silvestro just, if Silvestro was talking or anything, he just picks up where he was.
Oswin just goes, oh. Turns around and walks away, I guess. Silvestro's just like, what?
Was it something I said?
Madalena.
So she goes back to the palazzo stealthily, of course, to get, some of her things, and of course to touch base with Alessandra. And she has a very real heart-to-heart with Alessandra about everything, and she wants to leave it in her care and to make sure that she, still lets Vittorio come in for weekly meals, but she, feels it's best to keep everybody safe if she leaves. And so her intention at first is to follow Pardo and Osmond, or was it Osmond that was going to travel with them for a bit, to Paris? And then she does that for a time. But on the way to Paris, she falls in love with hold on a second, I just had the name of it. There it is. She sees the Gran Paradiso Mountains, and those are visible from not too far outside of Milan. And so when they get there, she just feels a calling, like that's where she needs to be. And so she says her goodbyes to Pardo and Oswin, and she stays in Milan. And as we all may or may not know, Milan's very, very famous in the modeling and clothing worlds, clothing industry and all that. A lot of famous fashion designers and everything. And it's just so possible that perhaps, she opened up another palazzo in Milan that would later on become maybe, the lineage to something that we know even today. So she stayed in Milan and resumed her activities just further away from, Vatican City.
Okay. Pardo parts ways with Oswin and Madalena once they have had a little bit of time together in Paris, everyone kind of does go their separate ways. Pardo stays there, and he is aware of where Madalena is intending to go to spend whatever the next part of her life is. Pardo's older, you know, and probably about 10 to 12 years later, Madalena, you receive a message from a courier. And you have followed some of the writings of Pardo Bernardati. He changed his name to a little bit more French sounding. But he was a talented inventor who communicated with Leonardo da Vinci through letters and was seen as a contemporary, the French contemporary of da Vinci. And you are very familiar with his handwriting. He sends this courier to you, and you see his handwriting a little bit shaky, that has basically outlined that he is aware and has become aware in recent years of the Knights Templar still active, not only out of Vatican City, out of Rome, but in France, in England, in all of Europe, and has uncovered basically like he has sketched out essentially his version of like a bulletin board with red strings all over the place, and it covers pretty much all of Europe, and he has kind of a picture of the globe, and you start to see, you know, some of these strings now kind of reaching out to other places, and he says, Misha is still in danger. You must get word to Oswin that Misha belongs somewhere where the Templars cannot reach. And this courier has brought this to you late at night. It's not something that you can immediately jump on. You really kind of don't know where to find Oswin. In all honesty, you've kind of lost a little bit of track of him in this time period. And you take the information and you're like, what am I going to do with it? And eventually, I mean, you're stressing over it all day and then into the night and trying to figure out how you're going to pick up his trail to find out where he is. Mm-hmm. And eventually, it's just so much, you end up going to sleep. And in your sleep, you see a vision of Oswin holding hands with little Misha. And now Misha is probably about 16. So you see her transform slowly into a young woman. And she, as she gets older, she hooks her arm into Oswin's rather than holding his hand, and then stands beside him. And you see the landscape begin to change. And a gentle breeze begins to blow cherry blossoms across the image of Oswin and this young girl. And in the background, you can see the map that Pardo has created for you. And it kind of begins to grow, almost like it's zooming. Your vision is almost zooming in. And you see this small island on the other side of the world begin to take shape in your vision. And it hones in on an area of the map that says Kyoto. And then we'll end our first session of Whispers in Time with that image and that dream.
Cool.
Right.
What a great fucking episode. Holy shit.
Yeah, man. Good stuff.
All right. Well, thank you guys for playing. We'll be
sir.
doing character building next time around, and then we'll be jumping overseas to Kyoto, Japan next month. That's the plan. So, guys, thanks for playing tonight. As always, can't wait to get started on the next round of our campaign.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Looking
This
forward
was a
to
lot
it.
of fun.
All right. Good night,
I'll be
everybody.
Silvestro.
Right.
Good night.
Thank-
Hey, peoples.